It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Conway Show, it's raining, and before we get to Alex Stone, we have to tell you, we are already here. This is the Friday that we're going to be doing our live remote in Yorba Linda. Hopefully it's not going to rain. I think it's going to rain Thursday and Friday morning. I think Friday night will be okay. So it's Friday night. Yorba Linda, Smart and Final, 21500 Yorba Linda Boulevard. We'll have prizes and giveaways and food samples and gift bags for the first 250 people that show up. We're going from 4 to 8 p.m. It gives you a 4-hour window to slide in there. So it'll be nice to see the Orange County crew coming out. That's this Friday, Yorba Linda, Smart and Final. We'll see you there. All right, Alex Stone's with us. Alex, how you, bub?
Tell me more about the food samples. That sounds
man.
good.
Oh, man. You got to come by. The audience would love to.
You tell me food samples, I'm there.
Okay. The audience would love to meet you. You know, you've been on the program a million times.
As well.
Let's roll.
Absolutely.
Hey, so what's going on with the Simpson case here? O.J. Simpson, I guess they're going to pay up, huh?
Well,
maybe not.
Yeah, well, yeah. So the estate says that they're going to pay up, but he has no money or had no money. So we all know the Ron Goldman family. They've been fighting for years to get this money, and O.J. Simpson did everything he could in his power to move to Florida and Nevada and to get away from them. But and that now we find out he wasn't paying his taxes in California.
What?
And had a lot of money due here as well. So you go back after the acquittal and that he was found liable for the deaths, that civil trial ordered to pay over $33 million for the murders, and he didn't pay, and the interest has been growing ever since. So that has now gone up to $58 million. The Goldman family believes it's more like $117 million, but they, through the court, have said no, that the interest should be around $58 million. And when Simpson died last year of cancer, 76 years old, and it turns out he had no money. And the Goldman family says that they had received pretty much nothing through the years. So Malcolm Laverne is the executor of the estate. And before Simpson died, he vowed that the Goldman family would never get any money and that they would not pay, and that when Simpson dies, that they weren't going to get anything. Well, now he says, you know what, they are due money, that the court did grant them that money and that they should get it, but he told our Vegas affiliate Simpson didn't have any money when he died, and except for selling memorabilia, they hope to get around $500,000, but that's about all they got. Here's what he's saying.
I'm hoping to get an estate that's somewhere in the neighborhood of close to $500,000.
So to get to that, he's got to sell memorabilia. He's got to raise around $500,000.
$500,000 compared to $70 million, $80 million.
He says they just don't have the money, that the court is telling them that they've got to pay, and that the estate is supposed to pay up. But they say that this is going to be an issue because he had none of the money, obviously. They've auctioned off Simpson stuff earlier this year. They got around $300,000 for that. They plan to auction off more. They think they can get around $200,000 for that. But they're saying, even though they're promising the court, yeah, we will pay them and begin paying them, that the reality of this is the Goldmans are probably never going to get much, if any, money.
It's not realistic to think that that judgment is going to be satisfied.
And it's never going to be $58 million. And the interest is still growing on this. And there's another problem in that Simpson wasn't paying his taxes in California, and they got to pay that too.
After he died, there was this California tax lien that broadsided me.
That tax lien is $635,000. So even if they are able to raise $500,000 off of the memorabilia sales, that if they have to pay California first, which I'm sure that's going to be a fight in probate court, well, then, one, they haven't paid off the full amount to California, and there would be none for the Goldman family, so they got to figure that out. The Goldman family says in a statement that that this is positive, that the estate is at least acknowledging that they owe the debt to the family.
Right.
But it's not a payment. This allows for them to move forward in probate court now that the estate is saying, okay, that they are due some money, but if they're ever going to get any, probably not.
I find the most shocking thing here is that O.J. wasn't up on his taxes.
Surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah. That is pretty shocking.
And then everything always comes back to the memorabilia. I covered for quite a while in Vegas.
Did you go to the trial?
I was there from the very beginning of the case until the end. I remember racing there when he was arrested for it and finding out about it and being like, wait, he went in, it was armed robbery and kidnapping. And then the trial, he would come in every day. He was very charismatic and talking to us and how you guys doing. And then he went to prison for a number of years.
9 years.
But that all went to the memorabilia. Now, even in death, they're trying to pay off his debt by raising money from selling memorabilia.
How long were you in Vegas? How long did that trial last?
It was a long time. I'm trying to remember back.
Months?
I want to say a couple months. Yeah. I mean, we practically lived there for a while.
And a lot of reporters. We had Steve Gregory was there the whole time.
Steve Gregory
too.
was there. Oh, we had some fun nights.
I'll bet.
Yeah. We had some fun in Vegas. That was a fun assignment. He was staying at the Tahitian Suites or whatever, the Royal Tahiti or whatever that place is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like we were hanging out in Tahiti. Royal Hawaiian, whatever it is.
Did you come home for weekends?
Sometimes it was kind of like the Michael Jackson trial up in Santa Maria. Sometimes it was worth coming home, and sometimes you'd just stay there and enjoy the weekend.
What a great hang, you know?
Better in Vegas than in Santa Maria.
Yeah, but I mean, you're in court, for 3-4 hours a day, and then time to drink, gamble, and
I
party.
wish it was only 3 or 4 hours. That would drag on every day. It went for quite a while. But I remember the verdict came down on that at like 11 at night. The jury got it, and they didn't want to quit. And it just kept going and kept going, and they came back guilty, and they sent him to prison.
Did you fly back up there when he went in front of the
parole board?
The parole
we
board?
were up in the middle of nowhere, out in the desert.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that was wild. That scene too. I mean, O.J. Simpson, was in my life from ever since I was a kid. He went to USC. He played for Buffalo.
Sure.
He was he did the commercials for Hertz. He was in Airplane. He was in in my life like 10, 15 times a year, my entire life.
Yeah, well, and then just the connections to it, that then when he got out of prison, we were in Vegas for that as well, and that's when the Vegas shooting happened. We all happened to be there in Vegas when that unfolded because we were all there for him to walk out of prison. And he walked out a little earlier than we expected, and we thought, well, this is an easy assignment now. We'll do the story. We'll do it tomorrow morning. We'll get up. We'll go home. And then
Wait a minute.
Route
So
91
that was the same weekend that happened?
It was the same day.
The same day? Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
He got out earlier that day.
I had no idea that was the same day.
Yeah, and that's why everybody just happened to be there.
Yeah, and you thought that was the big story of the day. Man,
and then Vegas unfolded.
That is crazy. Buddy, a lot of rain in Valencia over the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it rained.
Oh,
right?
we got crushed.
It rained.
We got hit hard in Burbank.
Weren't you the one on Friday that was there Thursday? Where's the rain?
That's
this
right.
Isn't happening. There's
That's
no rain.
right. They promised it. They under-delivered on Thursday.
but then over-delivered
I drove
on Saturday.
I drove by Crozier's house late, around 10:30 on Saturday, and I couldn't see 10 feet in front of me on the road. It was coming down that hard. And there was all kinds of accidents. And when an accident happens, there's not enough highway patrol out there to go to every accident. So people get out of their car and they try to direct traffic, and that's dangerous as hell.
Yeah, you don't want to do that in the rain.
Oh, it's the worst. But I appreciate you coming on, and maybe we'll see you at the remote on Friday.
Yeah, got to get those samples.
Let's go. All right. Alex Stone with ABC News. Thanks, man.
Later.
All right, there he goes. O.J. Simpson, kind of not paying, but said he would pay, but doesn't have the money. That interest has got to be thousands and thousands of dollars a day. It went from $33 million to $58 million. Oh, boy. All right, it is pouring outside. I'm looking at the weather radar right now, and much of Southern California, Long Beach, all the way up and through Riverside, is getting dumped on right now. There's a strong cell coming through. I'm looking out the window right now. It's just sort of drizzling in Burbank, but it was raining really hard earlier. And there's going to be a lot of rain, possibly lightning and thunder coming in the next hour or so. And that's going to happen until about 7 o'clock. And let me take a quick, before we take a break here, let me take another quick look at this radar. But this is showing there's a flood advisory, and there's a huge cell that goes north of Bakersfield all the way down to Long Beach. And it's coming ashore. So we come back, we're going to talk to Michael Monks, and we'll tell you more about the rain. And then we'll see you on Friday at Smart and Final in Yorba Linda. That's going to be a great big event. We're going to be out there from 4 to 8 p.m. And there's gift bags for the first 250 people that show up. And I just found 2 John and Ken DVDs that I've had for a long time. I'm a big fan of John and Ken DVDs. And John just signed them, and so we're going to auction those off as well. And the money goes to Katarina's Club, or me. No, maybe Katarina's Club. We'll give the money to Katarina's Club. But John just, and I showed him, I said, he goes, where'd you get these? I said, John, I've been a big fan of this show when you got here in L.A. I mean, I didn't want to say this to him because I didn't want to sound like a complete lunatic. But I went to one of the remotes just as a fan. I wasn't even in radio. I just was, smoking pot with my stupid buddy, Billy Sherwood, and we went to one of the remotes. All right. Look, they knew what they were getting into. I was on KLSX doing this crap for a long time. They knew it. It's not my fault. It's theirs.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
It was nice for John Colbelt to sign those DVDs. We're auctioning off some items. I'm downsizing because I have a lot of crap in my house that I don't want anymore. And if you want it, come Friday, and we're going to auction it off. There's no minimum bids on anything. There's old placards or trophies that I've won that and my wife's like, why are you getting rid of them? I'm like, well, where would I put a trophy in my house to me? Why don't you, and I pulled it out and I said, okay, here's the trophy. Why don't you find a place in the house that this trophy looks great in and we're both comfortable with it? Let's walk around each room and find that place for this trophy.
What is the figure on the top of the trophy?
It's like I gotta show it to you. It's like a big, like a bird, like a woman who's half bird and she's got her wings out. And it's for best, and it's not even something I did. It was for best float in the Huntington Beach Parade. We had nothing to do with it. And
got your name on it, didn't it?
20 minutes after we got the best float, it broke down, and they had to push it through the parade.
Was that the one that was smoking too?
No.
That was a different one?
That was 5 years later, and I was in a car, and I said to the guy, I said, "Hey, is this all genuine? Engine and all the original parts?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Oh, okay." I said,
that's not the answer I was looking for.
I said, because in these old cars, if the only way they cool down is they're moving. The air cools them down. And if these things sit idle like they do in parades, we're going to have a problem. And bang, we go on the air with ABC, and that car catches on fire. The engine's smoking. And it was Alex Michelson. And I just met him. And he came out and said, "Hey, so what are your hopes for the summer and for the rest of the year until we see you next parade?" And I said, "I just hope this car makes it through the parade." And it didn't. It broke down, and I walked through the parade. And then I asked one of the police officers there. I said, "Hey, has this ever happened before, where a car caught fire during the Huntington Beach Parade?" And he says, "Yeah, about 5 years ago, a float broke down and they had to push it through the parade." I'm like, "Hey, guess who was on that? Me."
Mwah.
Yeah, I was on the only float and the only car that broke down. I was on them.
Did you get an award for the car breaking down too?
No award.
Just,
Nothing. And but it was, so I have a trophy for that. And I challenged Jen to, find a place in the house for it, and I'll put it there. There's no place in the house for a trophy with my name on it in the house that I live in. I'm not putting up pictures of me. I just don't do that. So a lot of the pictures, a lot of the plaques that were given to me, a lot of the trophies, all that stuff, I can't find a place for them in my house. So I'd rather give them to you than put them in storage. I'd rather give them to people that want them.
You should just put it in your office. Oh, that's right.
No, I don't have one. Yeah. But I'm giving away a lot of stuff that, and again, there's no minimum bids. If the bid is a nickel, you get it. It's a ding dong hat. There's some ding dong scarf hats in there. Again, some trophies, some pictures. There's a bunch of stuff in there that I'm giving away, and not giving away, auctioning off for Katarina's Club. But there's no minimum bids on anything. If it goes for $1, it goes for $1. If it goes for a penny, it's yours. You get to own it now, and you find a place in your house for a trophy with my name on it. So all that stuff, I literally, Bellio, you're going to love this. I have about 60 items that are going to be auctioned off.
Wow.
60. We might be able to raise close to $100.
If we're lucky.
That's right.
And you're bringing all this stuff?
All the stuff goes with me, yes. I'm bringing it all. I'm
on
bringing
Friday,
it,
you're bringing
all of it, yes. And if it rains, then you're going to get a wet hat or a wet trophy.
What are you going to deal it out of the back of your car? Where are you? You going to set it up?
No, we're going to be on stage or at the remote, and then during commercial breaks, I'm like, oh, okay, I got this trophy, I got this hat. 5 cents. Anybody? 5 cents. Okay, 10 cents. Oh, $1. Oh, $3. Okay, it's $8. All right, it's yours. $8.
Are you sure 60 is going to be enough?
It may not be. You know what? Now that you've said that and you made fun of me, I'm going to double it.
Oh, jeez. Always backfires.
Now we're going to 120. Yeah. Everything is leaving the house. Everything is on its way to you. So you got to show up. You have to be there in person to be part of this auction at 21500 Yorba Linda Boulevard this Friday, 4 to 8 p.m. I hope it doesn't effing rain. I really do. I don't want to sit there in the rain. As a matter of fact, this next comment is just for the clouds and for the rain. So if you're not the rain or the clouds, this isn't for you. Stop. We get it. We get it. Clouds have water and you're dropping on us. We get it. Please. Stop. All right, Monk's next.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Monks joins us on KFI. He's on every Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. And let's check in first with you with the cat. I know you adopted a cat off Skid Row, named it Dos, I believe.
Named it Dos.
And it survived.
So far, so good.
And it's getting along with your other cat.
It is. The OG cat is enjoying it, is very curious about it. There's not as much hissing as there was the first couple of nights. And I think they've got a long, long friendship ahead. We found Dos, of course, on the streets of Skid Row, border of Skid Row Fashion District where I live.
Right.
And brought her in. She's a
you.
little gal, about 15 months old is what the doctor says. And she is walking around as if she has lived in a downtown LA loft her whole life.
Oh, that's right. That's great. Yeah, they get into I deserve this pretty quickly.
Just taking up shop on the ottoman. You remember the big couch
Yeah,
I got?
sure.
Yeah, she loves the big couch.
Right. And she goes in the box, right? Poops and pees in the box.
Has not had to be directed anywhere.
Wow. All right. They're very good like that, cat.
Poops in the box,
Yeah.
eats all of her food, doesn't complain, comes and gets some love, loves a good belly rub.
Yeah. Cats are much smarter than dogs. Most cats.
Yeah, I think dogs may be smarter, but cats are less work.
Yeah,
You really can leave a cat alone.
That's exactly right. For weeks.
As long as they've got food,
That's right.
you can abandon it.
Yeah. And if you die in your house, the cat's not going to eat you. The dog will.
The dog will tear
The
you
dog
up.
will eat you, and there'll be nothing left.
Nothing.
Yeah. Doesn't care how long you had it. It's going to eat you alive. All right. Let's talk about this Altadena fire. We got movement out there, huh?
Well, there's another lawsuit that's been filed. I mean, look, the litigation in both of these fires will probably continue to add up as the years go on. But this latest one is really interesting because this was filed by a group called LA Fire Justice against a company called Genasys, which is the technology firm that was contracted by LA County to send out the emergency alerts. What they're contending in this lawsuit is that when the evacuation warnings were being texted to folks in the Altadena area as the Eaton Fire was approaching back in January, there was a strange dividing line along Lake Avenue.
Ooh.
And residents east of Lake Avenue got the messages to evacuate, whereas people to the west of Lake Avenue did not.
And is that where all the deaths were? West of Lake?
18 out of
Wow.
19 deaths were west of the
Oh, that's
street
horrible.
that did not get the warnings, according to this lawsuit. In fact, attorney Michael Watts said this at today's news conference.
Somebody built an algorithm that had no basis in fact, in risk assessment, in science. It just said if you're on the west side of Lake Avenue, you don't get a warning. And if you're on the east side, maybe you're entitled to one. That is no justification at all, just like the history of redlining was without justification. Functionally, it is a fire that moves from the hills across the east side of Lake Avenue, well across and long after its ignition into the west side of Lake Avenue. Plenty of time, hours of time, if warnings are given.
And that's the scary part, is at the end there where he says if they had gotten these warnings, they would have had plenty of time to escape.
I met that guy, actually. He and I went to a class called Slow Talkers of America.
In his defense, he's from Texas.
Okay.
And you knew it right off the bat. He sort of had this Bill Clinton cadence to him.
right.
This good old boy Southern kind of charmer.
3D House of Slow Talkers.
Indeed. Yeah. This lawsuit was filed on behalf of a woman named Jerry Darden, whose sister Stacy Darden perished in this fire. And they have text communications between these two sisters where Stacy Darden, who lived in this section of Altadena,
She got the alert?
was communicating. She did not get an alert.
Okay.
To the contrary, she stayed put specifically because she had not. She was staying alert to the news. They have evidence that she had been watching Channel 2 specifically and was looking at the maps as detailed by this company, allegedly, that showed the dividing line. And she says, look, my house is not in the evacuation warning zone, so I'm staying here until that warning comes. It never came.
What a disgrace. Those people have an absolute legitimate lawsuit. You know, I got one of the warnings. I got on, I think it was on January 8th, 7th or 8th. I got a warning here saying I have to evacuate, and I'm in the middle of Burbank.
You got the warning, and I got that warning in downtown L.A. People all across L.A. County got that warning, and
Right.
this company is the one that sent it out.
Wow. And then when they tried to, they said, well, we're going to look into it and figure out how we can fix it. They said they couldn't fix it. They said it was just something that the computer just generates on its own, and you have to live with it.
That forced the county to suspend use of that technology.
Oh, really?
For a while. It was such a fiasco. I mean, it was a scary thing to get because when we're consumed, keep in mind that the fire is still burning.
Right.
When we all got that alert. And so you're looking around wondering which fires have started, what's new. It didn't matter where you were in the county, in the middle of downtown Los Angeles, to get that alert and think, what in the heck is going on now?
It is crazy. Buddy, I appreciate you coming in. I missed your show on Saturday. I drove to Morongo, and I got there at 7, and I left at 9:30. So
I don't believe you left at 9:30. And I don't know why you're lying to me. I thought we were better friends.
No, I did leave at 9:30 because I was busted out.
Record time.
I had gone through the ATM. I've gone through the chips. I've gone through everything. And I had just enough money to get home.
How does your wife feel about that trip?
She knew what I was like before we met, you know? And so she, as long as she has her TV.
What did you wear to your wedding? Did you wear a tux?
Yes. Well,
it was all tucked in?
I don't know. I don't remember if I wore a suit and tie or a tux.
I want to see the wedding photos.
I think I wore a tux. Okay. I think, yeah. I have very vague memories about that, but I think I had a tux on. I think I did. But you know, but when I drove we drove to the facility where we were going to get married. The location, it was I almost said Yoshinoya.
Oh my God.
Yamashiro.
How romantic.
Yamashiro up in the Hollywood Hills. And I forgot the placards, the name cards. So I dropped my wife off there, and then I had to drive home and get them and drive back, and I was late.
I also had to drive back home from the event because I forgot the documents.
Is that right? That's great.
From
we
the
both
venue.
had to.
Yep.
How wild is that we have that in common?
We're a couple of degenerates.
That's classic. All right, nice to see you, Monks. Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Conway Show. We got rain coming in. Right now it's in Irvine, Santa Ana, Anaheim, Brea, and Altadena, Pasadena, Glendora. And then there's a huge cell that's just rolling through Santa Clarita right now. Almost everybody in Santa Clarita right now is feeling a heavy downpour. So on and off all night long with this rain. Let's find out more what's going on with the rain. It was a big story over the weekend.
More of that heavy rain pushing through in the next 4.
Romero and Carly, where are we seeing the most activity right now?
Hold on.
More of that heavy rain pushing through in the next 4.
Romero and Carly, where are we seeing the...
That was not my fault. The audio was screwed up.
Romero and Carly, where are we seeing the most activity right now?
Yeah, right now we are tracking some of the heavier rain pushing through areas of Ventura County right now. We're expecting to see some of the heaviest rain in the next few hours. We'll get that closer look there. You can see
this is a 3 p.m. update, so it goes 3 to about 5, and between now and 7 o'clock, you're going to see a lot of rain here in Southern California.
Near Thousand Oaks currently and headed through the Topanga Pass. Now, we've already seen areas where we've been looking at rocks on the roadway there. State Route 27 has been shut down from areas just off PCH all the way up to Grandview. And now what we're expecting to see is more of that heavy rain pushing through.
For people that are not from this area, 27 is Topanga Canyon. I don't know why they keep calling it Highway 27. They should just call it what it is. It's Topanga Canyon. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right, Angel?
That's right.
Yeah.
Nobody calls it 27.
Oh, nobody I've been here for 100 years. Nobody's ever called it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been looking at rocks on the roadway there. State Route 27 has been shut down from areas just off PCH all the way up to Grandview. And now what we're expecting to see is more of that heavy rain pushing through in the next 4 hours. Getting that closer look here, you can also see just on the corner of the screen some updrafts, and that could be some potential later.
I don't think anyone's ever said that in their life. Hey, I'm going out to Malibu this weekend. Oh, are you going to go Canaan? Are you going to go Las Virgenes? Or are you going to go Highway 27? Nobody's ever said that.
To maybe see some thunderstorm chances, maybe even hail. But at this point in time, we're just looking at a light updraft moving through that area here.
Nor have they ever said, "I'm going to take you back to the 27 where you belong."
Yeah, but that's somebody who's new, and the news director assumed they were going to call it Topanga Canyon. Then she didn't. They're like, oh, okay, we got to correct that. But that's not her fault. That's she's new to the area, so what can you do?
As we start to see most of that break up and continue shifting its way toward the east, we will see some heavier rain later on tonight. Areas of Orange County right now seeing some of that heavy rain just offshore near Huntington Beach, Long Beach, Rancho Palos Verdes, and we're going to continue to see some of that heavier rain also moving through our mountain spots with some snowfall. We'll talk more about that and how long the storm system is expected to last.
There you go. The storm in Topanga, the latest conditions. What's going on out there in Topanga? Or 27.
Bit of a break right now. It's not coming down too hard, but here on Topanga Canyon Boulevard, the road to Malibu is still closed. It's just another storm-centered frustration today. Freeway driving today, a bit of a challenge. This is what the 101 around Westlake Village looked like this afternoon.
Lots of rain out there.
And over the weekend, this wreck happening on a rain-soaked 101. Southern California drivers not used to wet roads.
They don't get enough rain in order to get acclimated to it enough. So being from Jersey, it's a skill.
Okay, if you're out in Moore Park and Simi Valley, Camarillo, Thousand Oaks, you're about to get a ton of rain out there as well. It looks like there's a lot of red coming through and orange. So be prepared for that. That's where the heavy stuff is right now. And it's going to come through San Fernando Valley at around 5. If you're in the city of San Fernando, not the San Fernando Valley, but the city of San Fernando, you're going to get it around 5:05, just in about 10 minutes from now. You're going to get a huge cell. Santa Clarita, the same thing. Santa Clarita, you're going to get this big, huge cell. And some of it is really dark red, which means over an inch an hour, almost 2 inches an hour. And that's on the west side of Santa Clarita. That's, more towards like Magic Mountain area. But it's going to extend all the way out to where that Costco is off Highway 14. So lots of rain in Santa Clarita, out near the Costco and the Newhall Pass out there. Lots and lots of rain. So be aware of that.
In Pacific Palisades, crews were working to fix a small sinkhole today at Sunset and Wildemar. And another big driving aggravation, Topanga Canyon Boulevard. Caltrans keeping this section of the road from PCH and Grandview Drive closed today. The rain expected to exceed the debris flow limit here.
We're in that every day. It's really, really brutal. And then the rain comes like this, and there's nothing holding the dirt. And the mudslides are horrible out there right now.
Last year's mountain fire left nearly...
Yeah, it's horrible. All right, we'll come back and check with Altadena as well. Let's find out what's going on up there. And then don't forget, we have our big remote this Friday, rain or shine, which I don't like that term because, of course, we're going to do it if there's no rain. So we don't even have to say shine. I always hated that term. We're going to go out and play golf, rain or shine. Well, we understand you're going to play with its sun's out. It should just be if it's raining, we're not going to go. But we're going to do this whether it's raining or not. We are going to be out there in Yorba Linda, 21500 Yorba Linda Boulevard, right off the 91. The first 250 people that show up are going to get special gift bags. Bellio, have we discovered what's in that gift bag yet? I know you were working on that. Nothing, huh?
Nothing.
Skunked. All right.
They're not giving me any information.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
They just said, just tell them there'll be gift bags and raffles and gift cards.
Okay, gift cards. All right, so we'll have something to give away.
Oh, yeah.
Angel will be there. She's bringing out samples of her footwear. She's a shoemaker. And Crozier.
She's a shoemaker, just the way you say that.
That's what she is. She's a shoemaker. And Crozier is going to be out there. He's not a shoemaker, but he'll be out there. And Bellio's going to be there, too. Bellio, you bringing the dogs?
Yep, I'm bringing the dogs, Tim.
Maisie and Moosey?
Moosey and Maisie.
Moosey and Maisie.
Yep, they'll be out there.
Right. And what about the Speed Racer? Is he coming out? Is he going to make it?
You know what? Possibly, yeah.
Really? Steffu's just going to make it, huh?
He might make it. I'll have a confirmation maybe tomorrow.
Is he driving himself?
You know what? I think he would be able to.
Really?
I don't know if he is, but I think he's doing much better. He says he's getting a lot of movement back in his hand.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The comeback kid.
He is the comeback kid.
When is he coming back to work? Anybody know?
He has a goal of
June?
2027.
Okay.
No, mid-December maybe.
Mid-December?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
A month from now.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great. I hope I leave him alone. I don't bang on him all the time and call him and ask him how he is. I'm sure everybody does that. So I stand back and I don't do anything.
And that's the proper approach.
That's exactly what he probably wants. But you want to hear something weird? I get butt dials from his dad.
Wait a second.
Did you get one too?
Yesterday.
From his dad?
Yeah.
Did you listen all 3 minutes?
Oh no.
Oh, you got to do that. That's a party. I've gotten 2 of them, and both the time he's been in a doctor's office, and I cranked the volume up.
Did you get one yesterday?
Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, or over the weekend.
Oh, maybe it was 2
or
days
Friday.
ago.
No, I think it was Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the doctor's office going over his vitals. I'm like, I lit up a cigarette. I'm like, I'm in the doctor's office with him. I'm not one of those guys that like, I shouldn't listen. No, I erase it. No, I'm all 3 minutes. I stick around.
Nervous.
I stick around.
Ugh.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.